Alright guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be talking about what you need to know to become a front-end developer. Alright, so that is what you need to know to become a front-end developer. Now basically there are a lot of things you need to learn um before you can get to the level in which you can get a job as a front-end developer. And sometimes these things change each year because as technologies evolve, new tech comes out. So what used to be trending at one point in time might become obsolete at another point in time. So I want to make this a video that even if someone should watch this in a number of, let's say, years to come, whatever I'm going to say right now would still apply to you and will make sense. So I'm not just going to list out things and say, oh, learn this framework or learn that framework or learn this or learn that. Because many times in the job market, a lot of people learn things during their tutorials and courses. Then upon finishing the tutorials and courses, they go to the job market and see something completely different that they are still yet to learn. So, all right. So we will not take that approach right now. So what we're going to do is basically go on a job platform right now and see currently what are employers asking for as a requirement to be hired as a front-end developer. So come with me now to my browser. Okay. So for those of us that might not be aware, this is LinkedIn. It's a popular social media platform, majorly for networking and professionals to, meet and connect with each other. So LinkedIn is actually a place that almost every day, rather not almost every day rather, you see job posts across different fields and different countries being posted here on this platform every day. So this is not the only site you can find a job, but there are a lot of them, but LinkedIn is very popular. So let's go to jobs. All right. And let us search for a job. Now I want to search for front end developer. Okay, let me say front end developer. All right, so as you can see, there are different jobs loading up right now for us. Yeah, different jobs. So as you can see, the different jobs are all listed here. So now, rather than assuming and saying, oh, I need to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so on and so, the actual way to actually know what is in demand is actually to go and check different job platforms and see different jobs, what they're actually asking for. Now, I'm looking for front-end developers. That is, these are jobs that are posted in the UK. So you can search for anywhere. Maybe you want to check the US or Canada or maybe the whole world, like that is every country in the world, like what they're pasting, or in your country. Like for me, I'm in Nigeria. You can maybe check for jobs in Nigeria. But let's just stick with this for the example of this video. So now in this job, let's just see if I scroll down, you're basically seeing information on what the job is all about. So it says what you'll be doing each day. Then as you can see now, this is what this job is asking for. It's saying that you must have either know JavaScript or TypeScript. Then the framework they are using is Vue. All right, not React or Angular, but it's asking for Vue and Vite, which is a bundler. So you need to know Vite, HTML and CSS, agile development. All right, UI UX design, and be a self-starter. So that's for this particular job. Then it goes further to say nice to have. So that means even if you have these things, they still want it. Maybe you can also have these extra things. Beautify experience with data visualization libraries, Apache, eChat, D3, Docker, Kubernetes, good written verbal and communication skills, E2E test automation. Then to stand out, you have graph visualization libraries, worked with graph databases, prior experience working on with business intelligence. Now you might say, I've never heard any of these things before, but this is a front end job, and this is what this particular employer is asking for. Now, this is not the only job. You can check some other jobs and say, okay, this does not apply to me. I don't have any of this. You check the next one, which is here. What's this employer asking for? Now, what's this guy asking for? This guy is saying, now this particular employer says, I want someone that has a strong experience building production grade web applications with Next.js. So this one is talking about Next.js. Proven ability to consume and integrate web APIs. So you need to have an idea of how to connect APIs to your front end. That's the APIs of the back end, how to consume them from the front end. This one talks about TypeScript too. Unlike the other employer that said JavaScript or TypeScript, this one strictly wants you to know TypeScript, all right, and have experience in it. Then good knowledge of modern HTML, CSS, and responsive layout principles, familiarity with Git and modern build pipelines, clear communication skills, comfortable. Then nice to have like extra things that he would also like to. You have experience with e-commerce platforms like Shopify or Salesforce Commerce. You are familiar with hosting tools like Vessel, cloud infrastructures like GCP, AWS, Azure, then exposure to design systems on component libraries, experience with DevOps tools or CI/CD workflows. Then it goes further. And if we go on and on, let's just check on another guy and see what this guy says. This other one says, oh, React. Okay, now he wants a strong proficiency in React and modern JavaScript ES6 and experience with Chakra UI. So you can see every employer is asking for something a little bit different. But if you actually take out the time and go through a couple of these job postings, there are some things you might see that are similar. Like we keep seeing TypeScript. TypeScript has come out, like this one says TypeScript here. Okay, this second time I say React or normally HTML, CSS. But some ask for other things like, okay, this employer is not really asking for much. This guy is asking for someone with commercial front-end experience, ideally with React and TypeScript, solid knowledge of JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. This is what the employer is asking for. And you can simply just say, oh, I would like to apply for this job. Oh, I fit the role. I know JavaScript, I know React, I know TypeScript, I know Next.js, HTML, and CSS. You apply. Now, some employers ask for more, some employers ask for less. But eventually, the best way for you to know as a student what you need to learn is to check the job market. It's not to watch roadmaps and people are just throwing different technologies at you, because at the same time, what is popular in 2025 might not be popular in 2030. A couple of years ago, to be a web developer, you needed to learn things like jQuery. Yeah, that was in demand. Bootstrap. What else? PHP. Currently in the job market, although PHP is still in demand and people still request for that, you don't really see much job what's this thing postings saying that we need people that can do jQuery. We need people that can use Bootstrap. All right. So what is currently in trend right now might not be in trend later on. Like now, Next.js is a new technology that came out all of it recently. Before, people used to do their backend with most times, Express and the rest, which was the main stack. But now Next.js is coming into play that as a full stack framework that allows you, although a lot of people most times use Next.js for solely front end, but it's actually a full stack framework. But it allows you build both your front end and back end solely with React. So tomorrow again, there can be a new technology. Currently, there are some technologies that are already coming out and are getting more popular day by day. Very soon, you might be surprised in the job market. People might be asking for that more than others. Like TypeScript is a new technology that is basically a superset of JavaScript. So the main thing is, if you only want to know what you need to know, go to job sites, search for the role you are looking for, read a couple of job postings and see what they're asking for to be hired for that job. And after a while, you can now create a list from that and say, oh, these are 10 things I see that are in common. Some jobs ask for more than other jobs, but you can say, your power might not be able to reach that. But what you feel you can do, the ones that are the most common things you keep seeing and seeing and seeing, learn those things. All right. This same thing applies for any other career path you are going for, not just front end development. So that's basically it for this video. And if you really enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting more videos each day, and we are basically a growing community that really wants to help tech enthusiasts out there in their journey to become software developers. So let us know in the comment section, give us feedbacks on what your take is, and if you have any challenges or issues you would like us to create a video about, you can also let us know too. And do take care.